It's been some time that I spoke to all of you, whether it was my health or my travel or something or the other kept coming that I was not able to come in and have a word directly with teachers, and I've been missing it. I was telling my team yesterday that it's been so long that I actually went and had a direct conversation, direct webinar, masterclass, and I think I should start doing it again because I miss it. And I've missed each one of you, and I've missed talking to all of you. Uh, and I promise I'm going to do it more often. And I'll make sure that keep coming back, keep sharing with you what am I doing right now, what's happening in the world of education in different parts of the world. And that's like the topmost thing on my agenda right now, that how do we make sure that teachers are informed about everything that's happening in the world. And on that note, I actually wanted to start today's thing on what was happening this last weekend in Dubai. I don't know if many of you would have heard about this, but there was this very large World School Summit happening in Dubai this weekend. I was there, I was meeting people, and some of the best people around. In fact, I can tell you that those conversations really, really would make anyone think about what the future of teacher success, what is the future of education like. And okay, let me show you. So this is what World School Summit looked like. There were so many people from different parts of the world. There was somebody who took a 30-hour flight to come to this particular summit. I think more than 30, 40 nationalities, everybody together. And while I was completely engrossed in these conversations, there were two things that stood out for me, two conversations that completely stood out for me. My second best conversation was with this gentleman. Um, can anybody guess, or does any one of you know who this gentleman is? Well, I know there's no room for chatting, but if you know who this is, maybe just send a thumbs up emoji that okay, anybody who's seen this gentleman before or knows who he is. Okay, not many people know that. Uh, this gentleman is Director General of IB, International Baccalaureate. His name is Olipeka Honien. You can just search him as Olipeka IB. I had a long conversation with him about how Suraasa teachers are impacting IB schools around the world and what the future looks like and everything. But let me just stop share. Yeah, but that's still like the second best conversation that I had this weekend. And I'm telling you, I met a lot of people, right? If you've heard about OECD, director of OECD, the person who's responsible for PISA test was there, Andreas Schleicher. Amazing conversation with him. The World Best School Prizes winners were there. You name it, and the person was there, right? And still, my second best conversation was with Olipeka. But what I really want to share with you is my first best conversation. So standing with this school leader, very famous person, but that was not the conversation that was the best part. So standing with this woman, with this lady, and we're talking about future of education, how AI will impact, not impact, multiple things. And four school leaders come towards us to join the conversation. And I thought that they wanted to come and talk to this person because that person is famous. So I took a step back and I said, please. And all four of them said, Rishabh sir, you don't recognize us, but we have been your students. We graduated from your program a couple of years ago. And we are all four of us are school leaders. And while we were talking, we got to realize that we're all school leaders now. And we have this common connection on Suraasa PGCTL. And my hand started shaking. I couldn't show that to anyone, but put it in my pocket, but my hand started shaking. And I know each one of you who's had a moment like that as a teacher where you're somewhere out in the world and a student comes to you and says, you taught me at that one point in time, that place. As teachers, we know what that feeling means, right? How many of you know what that feeling is when a student comes and says, you've taught me in the past and I know, you've impacted my life. And I can tell you, 48 hours, Saturday and Sunday. I was with the World School Summits team right from the morning till late nights. So many conversations. This became the best part of my weekend. I talked to them, what are they doing now? How did they grow? And all of that just kept building up to a place where I knew that all of us at Suraasa, our life is built on success of our teachers. The hundreds of us, Suraasa team members, full-time employees, full-time team members, consultants, people in different parts of the world, every single day, meeting, discussing only one thing, how do we make teachers more successful? And it comes out of pure passion because most of our leaders have seen, most of our team members have seen, teachers doing this mind-blowing work in schools. And that just kindles that joy in our heart when we see a teacher becoming successful. We connect to, I think, thousands and thousands of teachers on every month basis. I think we have some 500,000, 500,000 teachers on the platform today coming and getting impacted in different ways, whether through International Teachers Olympiad or through different other programs. One thing stays common in all of them. We put in our heart and soul into what we are doing. And I think that is what led to this big development that we wanted to share with everyone. I've been traveling to different parts of the world, talking to people about how important teachers' role is in evolution of our society. And that's kind of led a lot of people to get attracted and towards Suraasa and talk to us. Many people laugh about it and say, hey, AI will replace teachers. And I say, thank you. And I move ahead. And many people want to know more. And there were some companies, some large institutions who got excited about what we are doing for teachers, hundreds and thousands of teachers. And then many of these countries, organizations, institutions in different countries saw what we are building. They said, how can we help you in helping more and more teachers? How can we help you in having a larger team? How can we help you in, being able to impact education in more countries around the world? And we sat with them. $6 million is the amount that we got investment of recently. And $6 million is not a small amount, guys. It's a very big amount. So when somebody thinks about, hey, here is $6 million, take this money and make teachers more successful, they wouldn't just give it to any Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? They wouldn't just come to any person walking on the side and sharing a big dream. They'll say, here is the money, Joe. Go take the money and do whatever you have to do. It was a long process. It was not days or weeks. It was years long process. There were teams who were visiting our offices. There were teams who were meeting our graduates in UAE, India, in US, different parts of the world. There were calls being done. There were our team members from across the teams being invited for discussions. I had to take multiple trips to different parts of the world to meet and present that what all is the possibility for teachers. There's a whole process of due diligence. Anybody wants to just Google what is due diligence when somebody has to receive investment. They would check your accounts. They would check how do you make your money. They would check what is the value that you create for people who are paying you the money. They'll talk to hundreds and hundreds of people before they come in and they say, we want to be a part of your dream. And I want to again take this moment and thank all of those learners who were a part of that process, who got calls, because we had to just share list of all the learners on the platform. And they randomly picked people and they would call them and they would say, hey, we are interested in knowing more about Suraasa. I really want to thank each one of you who became a part of that process, who shared whatever you had experienced with us, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, whatever you shared with your heart. And that really meant a lot. I know the path that we are taking is not easy. I know many times teachers are not are even able to imagine what all are the possibilities. Me and my team have many times sat down and thought that, hey, many times teachers keep second guessing themselves. How do we help them? So my path, our path, your and my path, you as an individual, I as an individual, every team member as an individual, and all of us together, there's a steep hike that we will have to take. And the most important part in that entire thing will be having trust. There are external agencies who have come and evaluated everything, guys, now. There are people who have not just believed in the vision, but have also seen what is the potential of the idea. And if there are these large institutions who impact education in so many ways, one of the institutions that has come in and invested money in this round, invested money in Suraasa, given money to Suraasa that go help teachers, is a company which helps teachers in almost 40 plus states in the US with their teacher licensing exam. It's a very big thing. They literally get hundreds of thousands of teachers on their platform every month to attempt a licensing assessment. And that company said, we have seen teachers' lives and we love what you're doing. Here is our money. Please prepare more teachers from different parts of the world for global roles. There's a company which is supporting, organizations from different parts of the world and helping investors and institutions with, I think, some millions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. They came in and they said, we have worked with the best education companies in the world and we want to support you because we see what you're doing for the teachers not many people are doing. So right now, I'm overwhelmed. I am happy. I am scared. But more than anything else, I'm grateful. More than anything else, I feel responsible. And I can speak on behalf of all of the team members at Suraasa. We all feel this sense of responsibility on our shoulders that we now have to go ahead and help thousands and thousands of teachers to become more successful. We now want to go ahead and build more successful teacher careers. And with that, a new vision has come out of Suraasa. So while we've been always working on helping teachers with skill sets and then connecting the right candidates with the right opportunities, I think it was required that we build a larger vision. And the larger vision has now become that Suraasa will be building a global teacher network. Well, that was the idea that we've always wanted to build the top 1% teachers. Now it's going on not just as a network of teachers, but also a network of schools, school leaders, school administrators. Everybody's trying to come and join hands with us and saying, what can we do next to make teachers more successful? I've been talking to school, in the US, the schooling system is not the same as UAE or UK or India. There are school districts where there are school superintendents and then assistant superintendents and administrators, and then individual schools with school principals. And then there's a board on the top. And we have had people right from board members levels to superintendent level, to assistant superintendent, to principals coming in and sharing their stories and saying how they are so happy about what we are doing. In fact, keep an eye. I've started recording some conversations with principals and administrators from different parts of the world. One such conversation I just recorded last week with a principal from what's the place called? Burlingame. That's near San Francisco, where this teacher moved from Spain to the US around 13 years ago as a teacher. And then she not just excelled as a teacher, went on a particular kind of visa, became a H-1B teacher, became a green card holder, and is now the principal of a school, and very soon will be even going further. And her entire journey I've recorded in a conversation with her. I think we'll be releasing it anytime the next week. Do listen to her story and see what does she share about her story as a teacher. So we are going global. We are going to different parts of the world, and you would very soon have colleagues whom you can talk to who would be teaching in one part of the world and would be happy to share their stories with you. So that's what Suraasa is slowly becoming. There would be administrators whom you would be able to directly approach and talk to, whom you would be able to listen to. So, and it's a long shot. Will take some time to reach there, but that's what the vision is becoming, a global network where the best of the brains of teaching and come together, teach each other, and fight together, tell the world that AI cannot replace teachers. While we do our part, while the investors have done their part of giving their own hard-earned money to us that we can invest in your careers, I request you to do this simple thing. Please dream big. Please take action. If all the teachers just start thinking of taking one action, one small step towards action every single week, I know all the teachers will be successful. Please think about what all can you add to the society. I've always said it takes one teacher, just one teacher, to change an entire school. It takes just one school to change an entire city, and it takes one city to change an entire world. My favorite sentence for the last more than a decade. Here's my request to you. Can you please become that one teacher that changes the entire school? Mariam and Ska have really, really seen success. They've got promotions, they've got new job opportunities, they're moving countries. They're both based out of UAE, and they're both moving to a new country now very, very soon. And they didn't come seeking for that. It just came to them. That's what Ska was just saying. Keep working, keep doing your best, keep giving what you have to give. And all that new job opportunities, those promotions, they come as byproducts. Please don't focus on them. Focus on your growth. Focus on your learning. And then nothing can stop you. To just end today's call, I just want to share one big thing, one huge announcement that I want to make. To build this global teacher structure, to build this global teacher network, Suraasa team over the last 1 year has been working on building something called International Teacher Readiness Framework. This is a new framework that we have launched, which maps to every single large teacher standard in the world. This framework has been created in a way that anybody who meets the parameters of this framework and gets a high score on that would be ready to teach in any part of the world. It would cover up everything right from your skills to your attitude, to your presentation, to your communication, to your regulatory requirements, to your reference checks, to everything that it takes to become a global teacher. And we've started implementing that already with our PGCTL learners. Across the batches, we've started handpicking learners first of all, and then now we'll be slowly moving it to everybody. And then later on, it will also be opened up that people can experience it and then can decide that where do they stand on that framework so that they can build their pathways. So my request to you will be, over the next couple of weeks, couple of months, we will keep releasing more and more notes, more details about International Teacher Readiness Framework. And I'll request you all to keep looking at it, keep studying it. Please keep interacting with all the resources that are available on Suraasa platform. And whenever you feel ready, just take the plunge and commit 10 to 12 months and get into a deep dive of upskilling, and then achieve those outcomes that you're really looking at achieving.